Good evening and welcome. I'm Scott Eisberg. He is Webb Wright. There's the helmet smashing, and there is no question there are some juicy sub-stories to tonight's game of the week, none bigger than Wando head coach Ike Perrin. What a turnaround job he's done at Wando, already 4 wins for the Tribe.
But Perrin doesn't get the Wando job without Stratford football, and his mentor, Denny McDaniel, gave him the opportunity as a coordinator, advocated for him to get a head coaching gig. Now they face off, Stratford trying to avenge a bad loss to Cane Bay.
All right, this one's a great game. No score, second quarter. Pick it up, the handoff to the guy who usually is a wideout, J.Q. Crosby, and he's gone 65 yards to the crib, and Stratford is up on Wando, but Wando strikes right back. A direct snap to Michael Jenkins. He takes it to the outside. He sees room, and he is gone. 45 yards, all tied up in this ball game. Check out this touchdown pass and catch for Wando. Harris Stone to David Bernard. They are in the lead when he pushes his way into the end zone there. Second half, huge play for Stratford right here. Stone is pressured. Darrell Holmes picks it, and he's off to the races. Look at the big man run. That's a pick six. Stratford, they are in the lead. Late third quarter, Wando will take the lead. What a game back and forth. Harris Stone, a dime to Cole Fletcher. Perfectly thrown ball. Stratford gets it right back. Jakin Davis to Freddie Alston. He spins and he's gone. That is 75 yards. That is a house call, and Stratford is on top. Wando would get another score from Cole Fletcher to bring it to a 2-point game, but Stratford is able to run out the clock and take a knee. What a wild one. Teacher beats pupil 30-28, the final score.
Yeah, we got nicked up in the first half with some penalties and some injuries. We didn't dinged up, but this team never quits. We're never going to quit ever. So we were able to go in halftime, turn the page, and come out here second half and answer the bell.
How does this game here prepare you for next week? I mean, it was a nail-biter all the way to the end.
Well, when you get in the playoffs, you're going to be playing all good teams. And so it just prepares you, especially region play, it prepares you for those contests when you're going to face in playoff games where you're going to be in nail-biters, and the team who executes and is disciplined is one that's going to win.
The key, avoiding the letdown. Somerville playing one of the most exhilarating high school football games of the season last week. A 1-point double overtime win over Ashley Ridge. Emotions through the roof. Now the key. Don't let that affect you in any way against West Ashley. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Because the Green Wave have Javen Williams. First possession. Williams high-stepping all the way to the house for the score. 7-0 Somerville. Green Wave with the ball back, going for it on 4th and 12 here. And Jaden Cummings, he's going to scramble and gets about 15 yards there, good enough for the first down, and that made it Javen Williams' time again. Another scamper for the score, 2 possessions, 2 scores for Javen Williams, 14-0 Green Wave. Next Somerville possession, Cummings goes deep. Jaden Kelly Murray somehow is going to haul this in, and he stopped about a half yard short of the end zone. Next play, they let Jaden Kelly do the honors. Jaden Kelly Murray, 21-0 after taking the direct snap. Somerville rolls 42-14, back-to-back region titles. Ashley Ridge and James Island, homecoming at Ashley Ridge. Zion Spivey, your king. Love Curry, your queen. Second quarter, Swamp Foxes up 12-10. James Island, under 20 seconds to go. Connor Dantzler with the long pass there for the first down in field goal range. Gray Dangerfield hits it, 13-12 the Island, but the Swamp Foxes had called timeout before the kick. So let's do it again. This time, the kick is no good, and the Swamp Foxes go into the half up 12-10. But first play of the second half, Trojans get their revenge thanks to an 80-yard touchdown run from Amore Scott. The long touchdown run all the way to the house, 17-12 James Island. A lot of good running backs in the area. Ashley Ridge's Jaden Acosta may be the best. He's certainly one of the best, and he takes it right up the middle here for the score. 18-17, Ashley Ridge on top. Acosta would then get the 2-point conversion to make it 20-17 Ashley Ridge, but James Island wins it 30-20. It's their first ever win over Ashley Ridge.
The Berkeley Stags making identical trips, hoping for an identical result. Last week coming to Mount Pleasant to play at District 2 Stadium against Wando, throttling the Warriors. Tonight, same place, different opponent, Lucy Beckham this time. So we head over to Bob Hayes Field, and there is Beckham head coach Jamel Smith. And look who makes the trip in for this one. Former Berkeley head coach Randy Robinson is there, seeing his old Stags, wearing his old gear. Second quarter, it is 3-0 Berkeley on top. Beckham gets a field goal from Graham Thomas. We're all tied up. Ensuing kickoff, and check out the lumber being laid here by the Bengals. Good Walton. Good gosh, he just nails him right there and knocks him down. But this right here is the run of the night, no doubt about it. Look how many guys Berkeley's Jaden Mack bumps into, rolls off of, spins off of, just laying the shoulder out. Why not? 80 yards when all is said and done. What a play. Beckham mounting a drive in the final minute of the first half, though. Chalmers Ballard to Talmadge Askins. They get it inside the 10-yard line, looking to punch it in before the half, but Ballard is intercepted by Berkeley's Kevin Rivers, and Rivers is off and running down the sideline. He is pulled down, but that ends the half, and in the end, Berkeley wins it 30-9, the final score. All right, let's talk Stahl hosting the Fort Dorchester Patriots. It is senior night for Stahl. Big run right here for Fort Dorchester's Michael Worthen. That will set up the next play, and it'll be another long run. We've seen this before. Ryan Campbell just bouncing off guys like a pinball. He's in for the score. It's 7-0 Patriots in the first quarter. Now it's the Patriots quarterback, Banks Wickersham. A long pass to Duke Williams. That's a touchdown. 14-0 Pats, and they roll on over Stahl tonight. 64-6 is the final score. Stay with us. So much more still to come. Bishop England, the comeback Kings. Can they do it again? Some scores. So, all right, cool. I think the only thing we're missing now is St. John's. I texted both of them. Okay. Is this game online or no?
This is Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Welcome back. On paper, this one might be the battle of the night. On paper, two teams exactly mirroring each other. Philip Simmons making the trip to Timberland tonight out in St. Stephen.
Both teams are 6-2 on the year. Both teams are 3-0 in the region, and both teams on winning streaks, playing their best football right now out of St. Stephen for this one. Philip Simmons will have the football, and they will cash in here. Patrick Clark with a nice little touchdown catch into the end zone there. Very quickly, Philip Simmons out on top. Then some nice special teams play. Devontae Irving blocks the punt, and good field position coming up here as they scramble out of the ball there, and looks like Philip Simmons recovers there, and then from there, Darryl Porcher powers through the defense. He bounces off a couple of tackles and breaks loose for the touchdown. Philip Simmons goes on to win this one by a final of 21-7.
All right, let's head out to Hanahan. Excited cheerleaders because they got a big lead on North Charleston tonight. That lead gets bigger at the end of the second. Short touchdown by Travis Neal makes it 28-0. Hanahan right on top at the half. Then how about the QB, Trip Gallus? The Hawks looking good. Keeper, long run. That guy's a freshman, and that will set this up. Next play, Gallus just getting better and better each time he plays, using his arm. Touchdown toss to Drew Goldsmith. Nice catch right there, Drew Goldsmith. And the Hawks have a 35-0 lead in the third quarter. Hanahan wins it 43-8 is the final score. Bishop England may have turned in their most impressive performance a week ago, coming off being throttled by May River. They go down to Beaufort. They go down early, and they come back to beat the Eagles by more than 2 scores. Tonight, another very good team. Bluffton makes the trip to Daniel Island, so we head over to Jack Canty Field, and there is battling Bishop's head coach Logan Hall. Early, it is Bluffton. Bluffton is off and running. Aiden McCarthy, little screen pass to Carnell Warren, and Warren does some work right here, picks up the first down. That drive would end in a field goal right here from Ethan Cartmell, knocking it through. The Bobcats are up 3-0 on Bishop England. Ensuing kickoff, and it is Zachary Baylog fielding it for Bishop England. And if you're BE, you want Zachary Baylog to have the ball a lot, because, man, is he fast, tough, and elusive, just dragging guys. Really nice run back. Couple of plays later, Bishops capitalize on the good field position. Quinn Mahoney keeps and scores. Battling Bishops on top. They come from down 10 in the second half to win this one 28-24. How about these battling Bishops?
And it's time for your Magnet block. We start out with the Academic Magnet Raptors as they are taking on Woodland. First points of the game put on the board by Woodland. Dorian Britt, who runs it in from the red zone. Academic Magnet would come back with the football. The pass is intercepted by Woodland's Levante Ferre. He runs it far down the field. Nice game here for Woodland. End of the first quarter, Woodland is up 7-0. And there's the catch from Trayvon Tate, who throws it down the field to Jaquise Sally. Trayvon Tate with the ball again, and he's going to run it in for the second touchdown of the night. 14-0 Woodland with 10 minutes left in the first half, and it would get uglier from there. Woodland wins it 56-7 over Academic Magnet. Meanwhile, Military Magnet taking on St. John's and the Marching Eagles with a great halftime show there. Military Magnet up 30-0 going into the second half. St. John's looking to give the ball away. They try to send it down the field. The pass comes off the fingers and into the hands of the Eagles, Tyler Paulin. Second goal for the Eagles, and Tegan Evans runs it in for the first points of the second half. St. John's would eventually get possession again, and St. John's would finally get into the end zone. The scramble, the heave there into the end zone for 6. All Military Magnet, however, in this one, they roll by a final of...
The final was they didn't call the final score in, but hold on, I just got a text. No, he did not text back. Texted both teams. All right, let's take a look at some other scores from tonight. Andrews all over Burka, 40-6 is the final score of that one. Bethune-Bowman 52-0 over Cross. That might be backwards if we see that. I don't think Cross would have lost 52-0, but we will double check on that and let you know for sure. Baptist Hill, that one is correct. I did get the text from Marion Brown, 32-28 over Scotts Branch. That is a final score. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
This is Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Before we start here, I was right. Cross won 52-0. Somebody called in the backward score. You ain't slipping one past the goalie here. Eisberg caught that one on the full screen. Cross did win at 52-0. Just texted with Sean Wright. Everybody, welcome back. 4 straight wins for Pinewood Prep. And how about these offensive totals in those games? 43, 49, 60, and 49 points. I would say it is moving on all cylinders for Devontae Holloman's team. So let's head out to Pinewood Prep, out to Knight Family Field, and the mascot is saying hello, picking it up in the second half, and Pinewood is up big on Augusta Christian, and the Hurricanes trying to get back, not on Augusta Christian, I'm sorry, on First Baptist. They're trying to get back into the game. Gerard Ducan takes the kickoff and picks up a big gain. Thomas Adamski then finds Walker Traxler, who finds his way into the end zone. Pinewood would block the kick, then Pinewood gets the ball back. Asa Wyndham finds Hayward Moore, and Hayward Moore would juke and find the end zone after that. And Pinewood Prep, man, just watch out for these guys. Teams that Devontae Holloman coaches score a lot and win a lot. There's a touchdown. It's a 45-14 win. That is a final over First Baptist. Porter Gowd making the trip up to Columbia to play Cardinal Newman tonight, and we'll pick it up in the first quarter. Cardinal Newman not looking good. Porter Gowd is Nolan Schumann with the ball, and that is Tony Brown. He finds light, and he goes all the way, 50 yards for the score. Cyclones are up 6-0 on the Cardinals. Later, it is Schumann flicking it out to Alan Chisholm this time. He hugs the sideline, finds an alley, and no one's touching him. He is going to the house, 13-0 Porter Gowd. Still in the first, Schumann tosses a deep ball, and I would say Grayer Hyatt is wide open. Cyclones up 21-0 before we hit the second, and Porter Gowd 49-7 winners over Cardinal Newman.
Augusta Christian making the trip up to play Northwood tonight. Northwood's football, and Caven Ford is going to take this one right up the middle and charges through the defense for a touchdown. And we would see plenty more from Northwood tonight. Coming up here, MJ Davis catches the wide open pass and takes it in for the score. And it is all Northwood in this one. MJ Davis again, big game for him tonight. On both sides of the football, after a little celebration, he's going to be celebrating again after getting the pick six. MJ Davis, what a game for him, what a game for Northwood as they win it by a final of 28-6. Well, the biggest rivalry in the smallest classification of SCISA 11-man football, Colleton Prep and Dorchester Academy, neighbors of I-95 and two really good teams. Colleton Prep comes in at 6-3, and Dorchester Academy still undefeated on the season. This is a throw out the record books type of game. Out to St. George we go, and what a crowd for this one. As we head to the first quarter, and John Quattlebaum hands the ball off to John Wetzel. This is going to be a nice run here. That puts Dorchester Academy in the red zone, and Quattlebaum tries to make a play, but he's going to be picked by Tanner Wolf. And he's going to make a nice return on this one. As Colleton Prep gets the ball back, Cale Owens finds Perry Corbett for a big game, but the final here, Colleton Prep over Dorchester Academy, 38-12.
And we'll be back after this.